Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to online classes. So we are discussing P block elements in which 15th group elements completed, 16th group elements also completed. In this session I am going to discuss group 17th elements. Okay. Now group 17th elements, it is lecture 6, group 17 elements. So these are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. These are called halogens. Halogen means salt forming tendency, that's why called halogens. These are called halogens. Halogens. Halo means salt, genus means producing compounds. Salt producing compounds, hence these are called halogen compounds or halogen family it is. Next, elements are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. It is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. Astatine is a radioactive element, hence it is removed from our study. The last element is astatine, a radioactive element which is removed from our study. Next, after this, atomic number is fluorine 9, 17, 35, 53 and 85 it is. 53 and 85 it is. 85. Mass number is 19, 35.5, 85. It is 80 actually 80 it is 127.7 and 210 grams it is 210 grams. Okay, 127 only. So these are highly reactive elements, actually non-metallic compounds. These are highly reactive non-metallic compounds or elements, non-metallic elements. First we will start with occurrence. Occurrence of these elements. In that the first element is fluorine, it is. Fluorine available as insoluble fluorides, Fluorine available as insoluble fluorides. One is CaF2, Ca3PO4 twice, CaF2, Na3Al F6, cryolite. This is fluorosphere and this is fluoropatite it is. Fluoropatite it is. And this is cryolite. It means fluorine available in these forms. Fluorine also existed in teeth, bone, river water, okay, and many sources are there. Fluorine also present in plants. Next, river water, teeth, bone, soil, okay, right. This is about fluorine. And what about the occurrence of chlorine? Chlorine available as chlorides, especially in seawater, 2.5% by mass of chlorine is available in seawater as sodium chloride. It is also available as carnallite. Carnallite formula is KCl MgCl2 6H2O. In all this, chlorine is available. Next, KCl, it is called Sylvin. Next, AgCl, it is called horn silver. Horn silver. So it is existed as chlorides, especially in the seawater. Next one is bromine, existed as bromides. Existed as bromides, especially NaBr, KBr. Yeah, next one is MgBr2, CaBr2. In these forms, bromine is available, like sodium bromide, potassium bromide, calcium bromide, and magnesium bromide. Iodine. Iodine existed as iodides. Okay. In seaweeds, seaweeds means algae grown in large quantity in the sea, that is called seaweeds. So 0.5% of iodine is available in the seaweeds. Next, 0.2% of iodine as sodium iodate with which one, that is sodium iodate with Chile saltpeter. Chile saltpeter. Chile saltpeter is NaNO3. Sodium nitrate is called NaNO3. Getting, students? Right. Chile saltpeter. Okay, this is about the what is that occurrence. Now, electronic configuration of these elements. We start with electronic configuration of electronic configuration. EC means electronic configuration. Fluorine atomic number 9, configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, totally 9. So last shell is 2s2, 2p5. Last shell is 3s2, 3p5. Last one 4s2, 4p5. Last one 5s2, 5p5. And last one 6s2, 6p5. So before 4s, 3d10. Before 5s, 4d10. Before 6s, 5d10. Before 5d10, 4f14. So general electronic configuration GEC of these elements are S2P5. It means NS2NP5. S is completely filled, P is incompletely filled. If gains one electron, then more stable it is. Okay. This is electronic configuration. General electronic configuration is NS2NP5. These elements are more reactive because to get stability, gain electrons readily. So gaining or losing electron is nothing but reactivity. Next, periodic properties. In that, first one is atomic size. Generally, atomic size from top to bottom, atomic size increases because differentiating electron enters into different sublevels. Second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level, size will be increases. No confusion. Next property is, after that, electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. So what is the meaning of electron gain enthalpy? The amount of energy released when one electron is gained. So generally, small size easy to gain, more energy. Large size difficult to gain, less energy released. That's why generally top to bottom electron gain enthalpy will be decreases. It means fluorine greater than, chlorine greater than, bromine greater than iodine. Smaller the size, more is the electron gaining tendency and more is the energy released. But if you observe these two, this order is wrong. The right order is chlorine greater than, fluorine greater than. The right order is chlorine greater than, fluorine greater than, bromine greater than iodine. Very, very important. This order is right order, second order. Actually, fluorine has more gain enthalpy than chlorine because of its small size. But chlorine has more gain enthalpy. The reason is fluorine is very small. It has 2s2 2p5, 7 electrons in the small size only. If it gain one more electron, there is a repulsion between this 1 electron and the 7 electrons in the small 2p orbitals, interelectronic repulsions. Hence, because of that repulsions, it releases less energy. That's why fluorine less than that of chlorine. Very, very important. Why chlorine has high gain enthalpy than fluorine? 2 marks question, very, very important. Answer is, it is due to the smaller size of, it is due to small size of fluorine, small size of fluorine. As a result, there are strong interelectronic repulsions. There are strong interelectronic repulsions, interelectronic repulsions in the relatively small 2p orbital of, in the relatively small 2p means it is a fluorine, 2p orbitals of fluorine, and thus incoming electron does not experience, and thus incoming electron does not experiences much attraction, simply due to the interelectronic repulsions in 2p orbital electrons. So fluorine releases less energy than chlorine. That's why chlorine has more electron gain enthalpy than fluorine. Next, ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy of 17th group elements. Generally, ionization enthalpy top to bottom decreases. Ionization enthalpy means amount of energy required to break or to remove one electron from the outermost orbit. Size increases, less attraction between the nucleus and outermost electron, easy to remove with least energy. So that's why least means decreases, size increases at the bottom. That's why ionization enthalpy value will be decreases. No confusion here. Electronegativity also. Next one is electronegativity. It means the tendency to gain electron or to attract electron, called that tendency is named as electronegativity. So these are generally 17th group elements are more electronegative because ns2 np5 configuration. It means it gain one electron to get a stable octet configuration. So they will gain electron readily. That's why more electronegative, right? Fluorine is more electronegative, right? Fluorine is more electronegative because of its small size, tendency to attract electron readily. It has 2s2 2p5 configuration. It has 2s2 2p5 configuration. Hence, to get complete octet, it attracts electron readily. It attracts electron readily. Understood? It is the reason. Fluorine is most electronegative element in the periodic table, whole periodic table. These are the periodic properties. Now, physical properties of 17th group elements. Physical properties of 17th group elements. So, in physical properties, first one, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Not taking arsen because it is a radioactive element. Fluorine is a pale yellow gas. It is greenish yellow gas. Yellow gas. It is a brown colored liquid. And it is violet colored solid. It means top to bottom solid nature increases. So, from fluorine to top to bottom, it means from fluorine to iodine, melting points, boiling points, density will be increases. All three will be increases. Melting point of iodine is more, boiling point of iodine is more. Melting point of fluorine is less because top to bottom increases. It is due to van der Waals forces. Size increases, van der Waals forces increases. To break those forces need more energy. That's why. So, melting and boiling points will be increases. So, solubility top to bottom decreases. Solubility top to bottom decreases. Okay. So, fluorine and chlorine soluble in water. Bromine and iodine are sparingly soluble in organic solvents like chloroform CHCl3, ether, next chloroform CCl4, CS2, etc. Right? Iodine is insoluble in water because the solubility of iodine reaction is a reversible reaction. Right? Iodine, here bromine only take, iodine is insoluble in water because this reaction is non-spontaneous. Delta Z is positive. We'll study the solubility reaction with the help of electrode potentials. So, where we will discuss this. Okay. Next, afterwards, bond dissociation energy of 17th group elements. What about the bond dissociation energy of 17th group elements? Actually, smaller one is there, very difficult to break. FF bond, CL bond, BR bond, it is little lengthy. Right? Iodine bond. Actually, it is easy to break, less energy. It is difficult to break, more energy. It means fluorine greater than others. But the order will be, actually we need to take this order. This is a wrong order. The right order is chlorine greater than, bromine greater than, fluorine greater than iodine. Very, very important. Chlorine has higher bond enthalpy. Right, students? Reason is, So fluorine, because of small size, it has 3 pair of electrons. So 3 pair of electrons in fluorine. Interelectronic repulsions and nucleus also very close, internuclear because in fluorine there are interelectronic repulsions and internuclei repulsions. Due to that repulsions, the FF bond is weaker, easy to break with less energy. That's why I put at the end of that, right? Hence, fluorine is more reactive because less bond enthalpy because of internuclear and interelectronic repulsions, and called superhalogen. Fluorine called superhalogen. Getting, students? This is the reason for superhalogen. Next, chemical properties of 17th group elements. Chemical properties of 17th group elements. Chemical properties of 17th group elements. In that, first we need to study oxidation properties or oxidation states, followed by reactivity with hydrogen, halogen, metals, etc. Now, first one, oxidation states of 17th group elements. Okay. General electronic configuration is Ns2Np4 it is. S contains 2 electrons, P contains totally Ns2Np5, no? P contains 5 electrons. Okay. So then you can, here it can gain 1 electron to get a stable electronic configuration. Gaining means -1 oxidation state. Otherwise, losing this electron possible. That's why +1 oxidation state. Okay. This is a ground state. So no electron is excited, only it is a ground state, right? After that, 1 electron, so Ns2, Np2, after that there is a d orbital. So this 1 electron jump to this one. Then these 3 can be removable, 3 unpaired electrons plus 3 oxidation state. It is first excited state, it is first excited state of halogen atom plus 3. Next, so 1 more will be excited, it is first one actually. 1 more electron excited to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons can be removed, plus 5 oxidation state in second excited state, right? Next, 1 more also ready to excite to the higher energy level, right, students? This electron will be migrated to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons will be possible to remove. That's why +7 oxidation state in third excited state of halogen. It means possible oxidation states are -1, +1, +3, +5 and +7. These are the oxidation states possible. Fluorine is the smaller element, always trying to gain only but not losing. Because of small size, there is a great attraction between the nucleus and electron. Fluorine shows only -1 oxidation state, but not +1, +2, +3 because of its small size. And other elements like chlorine, bromine, iodine can show +1, +3, +5, +7. In there, what are they? Oxo acids, oxides, right? Interhalogen compounds. In these compounds, halogens can show +1 to +7 oxidation states, especially in oxo acids and in oxides. Even +4 and +6 oxidation states also possible. Even +4 and +6 oxidation states also possible. Getting? Right. What about the reactivity order? Order of reactivity. That is, fluorine is more reactive than chlorine, bromine, iodine. Because to break the fluorine-fluorine bond, we need a less energy. That's why fluorine can be easily participate in a chemical reaction. Right, students? These elements acting as strong oxidizing agents. 17th group elements acting as strong oxidizing agents. Reason is, so fluorine is there, it can gain electron readily, then forms F minus. Gaining means negative charge. Fluorine configuration is 2s2 2p5. It is 2s2 2p6 because one electron gained. It is stable because it is complete octet. It is unstable because it is incomplete octet. It means fluorine or halogens are always trying to become more stable by gaining one electron. Gaining one electron is called reduction. Itself involved in reduction, but acts as oxidizing agent. Understood? Right? Reason, 17th group elements acting as strong oxidizing agent due to ready acceptance of electron, then forms X minus. Getting all of you? Right. Now, lower halogens can oxidize higher halides. 17th group elements have high SRP values, standard reduction potential values, we read already. If high SRP undergoes reduction acting as oxidizing agent, we read already. So, low SRP, otherwise high SRP can oxidizes. High SRP can oxidizes low SRP ion. So here SRP values are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. This is the order of SRP. Higher SRP can oxidize lower SRP ion. Example, fluorine plus 2x minus gives rise to 2f minus. Fluorine gain electrons, reduction acting as oxidizing agent. X minus becomes x2. It means -1 to x2 means power 0 it is. 0 means it is -1 to 0 increase, that is called oxidation. This oxidation done by fluorine, hence acting as oxidizing agent. This X minus will be higher halogen, that is which one? Chlorine, bromine, iodine. The lower halogen is fluorine, after that chlorine, bromine, iodine. It means chloride ion or bromide ion or iodide ion oxidized by fluorine, because the reason is here SRP value. Now simply lower halogen oxidizes, this is lower halogen. Lower halogen oxidizes higher halide ion. Halide means that is X minus into halogen, that is X2, because of their SRP values. Similarly, Cl2 plus 2X minus gives rise to 2Cl minus plus X2, where X equal to higher one after chlorine, which is available, whether it may be bromine, otherwise iodine. If you take bromine, it reacts with only iodine only. If you take iodine, there is no oxidation reaction. Getting all of you? Fluorine oxidizes H2O2O2. It means fluorine is a strong oxidizing agent, iodine is a weak oxidizing agent. I wrote already, this is oxidizing power also. Oxidizing power also. Fluorine is strong oxidizing agent. Yes. Fluorine oxidizes water to O2. Water to O2. It means H2O plus F2 gives rise to 2 moles I am taking here to 4HF plus O2. Getting fluorine acting as oxidizing agent. Then chlorine and bromine reacts with water gives HX or HOX. It means HCl or HBr, HOCl or HOBr, whatever it may be. So example is H2O plus Cl2 gives rise to HCl plus HOCl. H2O plus Br2 gives rise to HBr plus HOBr. Getting, students? Like this. But iodine reaction with water is reversible, but iodine with water is non-spontaneous reaction and reversible reaction, and reverse reaction will be happened. Okay. So here the reverse one is, to this reaction the reverse one is 4I minus plus 4H plus O2 gives rise to 2I2 plus 2H2O. Actually 2H2O plus 2I2 gives rise to like this, but here 4HI plus O2 gives rise to 2I2 plus 2H2O. Like that it will be happened. The reason behind is actually one is SRP value, because it is a weak oxidizing agent. It will not oxidizes water into O2, and delta G value is positive for iodine reactions. Understood? Fluorine can possible, but iodine never possible because of their SRP value. It does not oxidizes water into O2. It will happen a reverse reaction. The reason behind is, to act as an oxidizing agent actually, so what is the reaction required for us? Itself involved in fluorine to F minus, gaining electron. Gaining electron means reduction. Itself involved in reduction means acting as oxidizing agent. The compound must be involved in reduction. So half halogen, X2 means fluorine, chlorine, bromine, whatever. X2 means I can write like this, a bond. This must be broken. To break that, something energy required, that is called bond dissociation energy. After that it becomes X, right, X gaseous atom. It gains one electron, then releases some amount of energy, that is called electron gain enthalpy. After gaining, it becomes X minus in gaseous state. By something energy it gain electron, then forms X minus from X. Halogen, Cl to Cl minus, Br to Br minus. After that, by adding water, then X minus becomes aqueous one, X axis, aqueous. Similarly here also, if you observe fluorine is gaseous, F2, and F minus is aqueous, correct? Fluorine is gaseous, F minus is aqueous. So if you take here F2 becomes F minus, aqueous, okay? Now students, to become F2 to F minus, the bond must be broken very readily with the least energy. Least energy means bond dissociation energy decreases, then forms X. If it is more difficult to form X from X2, then X gas readily gain electron, and if gains faster, then releases more energy. Then electron gain enthalpy value must be higher. Next, this X minus surrounds by water readily, then only forms aqueous one. It means X hydration it is, that is called hydration enthalpy. Reaction with water is called hydration. Something energy released during the hydration, that is called hydration enthalpy. It should be high, then forms X minus. So from X2 to X minus, from F2 to F minus, nothing but to get or to gain one electron, or for reduction, bond dissociation energy decreases, electron gain enthalpy must be increases, and hydration enthalpy also increases. Then only undergoes reduction and acts as strong oxidizing agent. Then only undergoes reduction, act as strong. Fluorine acting as a strong oxidizing agent than iodine, because low bond dissociation energy, high electron gain enthalpy, and high hydration enthalpy. Very, very important this data. Next, afterwards, anomalous properties of the first element in this 17th group is fluorine. Anomalous properties of first element in the 17th group is fluorine. Right. Anomalous properties of fluorine. Because the first element only shows few unique properties because of their small size, high ionization enthalpy, high electronegativity, and non-availability of d orbitals. Because of high electronegativity, ionization enthalpy, and small size and non-availability of d orbitals. Non-availability of, this is the reason for anomalous behavior or unique behavior of fluorine. So what are those properties? First one is fluorine reactions are explosive reactions. Fluorine reactions are explosive because fluorine is more reactive superhalogen, that's why it releases more energy, but other reactions are not explosive. Next, second point is Melting points, boiling points and electron gain enthalpies, generally it should high as expected, but it is low than that of expected. So, melting point, boiling point and electron gain enthalpy values are lower than expected values. Lower, actually higher but lower than expected values. So, only it forms one oxo acid. Fluorine forms only one oxo acid, that is HOF, because the reason is it is very small, it cannot accommodate more number of atoms. So, the hydride of fluorine, hydride, it means reaction with hydrogen, is HF is liquid because of hydrogen bond. HF, first one and second one both are connected by hydrogen bonds, but remaining HCl, HBr, these are all gases actually because of no hydrogen bond. Okay, these are the anomalous properties of first element in the 17th group, that is fluorine. Now, reactivity of these 17th group elements, reactivity with hydrogen, first one, reactivity with hydrogen. When halogen reacts with hydrogen, then gives rise to hydrogen halides. Halides will be formed, where X2 may be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, otherwise iodine, whatever you can take it. Right, students? Now, for example, if you take fluorine, then you will get HF. Next, HCl, HBr, HI. The last element is astatine, it is removed from our study. So, from top to bottom, if you observe HI, it is bond length is more, HF bond length is less. Yes, top to bottom, it means from HF to HI, bond length increases, bond strength will be decreases, weaker it is, and easy to break, hence stability will be decreases, because of easy breaking. Next, easy breaking means H removed as H plus, donation of H plus nothing but acid, proton donor it is, so hence acidity increases. HI is more acidic than HF, remember. Acidity, HI greater than HBr greater than HCl greater than HF it is. Acidity increases. Next, melting points, boiling points will be increases. Melting points, boiling points, top to bottom size increases, iodine size increases. More van der Waals forces to break, more forces, more energy required. Due to more van der Waals forces. Okay, melting points, boiling points increases. Reactivity will be decreases, top to bottom reactivity will be decreases. HF is more reactive than HI because HF, fluorine is more electronegative, that's why more reactive. Next, top to bottom, fluorine more electronegative, hydrogen more electropositive, positive and negative ionic bond. So, that's why ionic character, topper one higher, bottom one lower, ionic nature, top to bottom decreases, topper one higher, bottom one lower. Covalent character increases, covalent nature increases from top to bottom, because less ionic, obviously more covalent, less electronegative, more covalent, right. This is about the reactivity towards right? What are the hydrates or halides? HF, HCl, HBr. Next one, when 17th group elements react with 17th group elements react with oxygen, yes, reactivity towards, second one it is, first one it is, towards oxygen, then forms oxides, right? Halogen treated with oxygen then forms oxides, then forms oxides. These oxides are generally unstable oxides because halogens are electronegative and oxygen also electronegative. Electronegative cannot be exist in a stable manner. That's why unstable, right? So most of the oxides are unstable. Most of the oxides are unstable. One, oxides of fluorine, we'll discuss. Oxides of fluorine. Fluorine forms only two oxides. Those are OF2 and O2F2. OF2 and O2F2. These two only. These two are very unstable. Both are highly electronegative, and these are powerful fluorinating agents. Powerful fluorinating agents. It means they can donate fluorine to others. Others can take fluorine. Example for that reaction is plutonium plus 3O2F2 gives rise to PuF6, 3 2s 6 fluorines and 3O2. This is undergoing, plutonium undergoes fluorination by O2F2. That's why fluorinating agent is O2F2, right? Next, after that, chlorine and bromine and iodine can also form oxides from +1 to +7 oxidation states. Yes. Next one, chlorine, bromine, iodine can form oxides with +1 to +7 oxidation state. In oxides of chlorine, bromine, iodine. In oxides of fluorine, fluorine shows only -1 oxidation state, but not plus. Fluorine is -1 only always. But in oxides of chlorine, bromine, iodine can show +1, +3, +5, +7, whatever the oxidation that is, right? Next, the stability of oxides, stability of chlorine, bromine, iodine oxides are stability of oxides. So iodine greater than, bromine greater than chlorine. Obviously reactivity will be reverse. So chlorine greater than, bromine greater than iodine, because chlorine is more electronegative than iodine. Reason also think, students, if you have answer just post, otherwise ask in our WhatsApp group. Oxides of chlorine we will discuss. Oxides of chlorine. Oxides of chlorine. Chlorine forms Cl2O, ClO2, Cl2O6, Cl2O7, like that many oxides are possible by chlorine. These are powerful oxidizing agents. These are powerful reactive oxidizing agents because of their standard reduction potential values. And now Cl2O is used as oxidizing agent because of its oxidizing action, used as bleaching agent for textiles, and paints for textiles and in paint industry, used as oxidizing agent. Okay. Next, oxides of bromine. Oxides of bromine. Actually, these are least stable. These are least stable oxides. Reason is chlorine, bromine, iodine. There is a middle one. For middle one, few unique properties are there. That's why these are yes. Due to middle row anomaly. Anomaly means unique property. Why middle row? Just think it. Have answer post. Otherwise, ask in our WhatsApp group. Very, very important. Yes, check it. So, oxides are Br2O, BrO2, Br2, BrO3. So, these are the possible oxides. These also acting as oxidizing agents. It means they can reduce on their own and acting as oxidizing agents. Next, oxides of iodine. Iodine forms very few oxides. Those are I2O4, I2O5 and I2O7. These are the possible oxides. These are insoluble solids. These are insoluble solids and decomposed easily on heating. Decomposed easily on heating. On heating it will be decomposed easily, and these are all solids because iodine is a solid when compared with others. Because of large size, easily decomposed. Next, acting as strong oxidizing agents. These also can act as strong oxidizing agents. I2O5 is used to estimate carbon monoxide in quantitative analysis in organic chemistry, like I2O5 plus 5CO gives rise to 5CO2 plus I2. The formed iodine is weighed, then by that amount you will get the amount of CO which is involved or which is present in our given sample of organic compound. Okay. These are all oxides when reaction with the oxygen. Next one is reaction with metals. Next is reaction with metals. Third one is reaction with metals. When 17th group element reacts with metal, then forms MX. It is monovalent. If it is monovalent means like K plus, M plus, whatever it is. It means KCl, KBr, NaCl, NaBr, like that first group element, nothing but. So, metal halide will be formed. Right, students? Now, I am taking a monovalent. So, monovalent means like MF, MCl, MBr, Mi. It means NaCl, NaBr, Nai, like that. Top to bottom, if you observe, covalent nature increases. Covalent nature increases. Ionic nature will be decreases. Because fluorine is more electronegative, that's why more ionic. Iodine is less electronegative, that's why less ionic, also called covalent in nature. Examples are SnCl2, PbCl2, next is SbCl3, UF4. If you take this, so here plus 4 it is, plus 3, plus 2, plus 2. Oxidation state. Charge increases, covalent character increases. That's why covalent character it is. Covalent character. Covalent, more covalent, less covalent. least one it is. Charge increases, covalent character will be increases. Getting, students? Charge is directly proportional to covalent character. Similarly, SnCl4. Next one, PbCl4. SbCl5 I am taking afterwards. SbCl5 and UF6. Cl4 means plus 4. 5 means minus 5, must be equal to 0 means plus 5. It is plus 6. Charge increases, covalent character will be increases. More covalent, less covalent. I wrote a less than order. Less covalent means SnCl4 least covalent than, SbCl5 least covalent than, UF6 is more covalent, right? Next, reactivity of halogens. These are all already halogens. 17th group elements are halogens, but again reacts with halogens, then forms interhalogen compounds. Reaction with halogens. When halogen reacts with other halogen, when 17th group element, nothing but halogen, reacts with another halogen gives interhalogen compounds. Very, very important. We'll study as a separate topic in this chapter. So, X2 plus X2 dash, then you will get 4X dash this. So, here we are getting X and X dash. The first one is lower halogen. First one is, I think it is larger halogen. It is larger halogen. And this is smaller halogen. This compound is called interhalogen compound. Because halogen with another halogen called interhalogen compound. Examples are larger halogen iodine, smaller halogen IF7. These are X, X-1, X, X-3, X, X-5, X, X-7. I is the larger one, fluorine is the smaller one. Cl is the larger one, fluorine is the smaller one. Br is the larger one, Cl is the smaller one. So, Cl is the larger one, fluorine is the smaller one. A separate topic is there, we can study about these hybridizations and physical properties all. Students, with this we have completed the introduction, periodic properties, physical properties, chemical properties and chemical reactivity of halogens, nothing but 17th group elements. We will continue in the next session.